What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next installment of our videos looking at the midterm and the final exam. You have to bear with me here because, I teach different classes over the years, and, this is sort of built around a brick and mortar, in an actual classroom setting class. So some of the terminology in this paper might be a little deceptive, so just follow along with me the best you can. So, it is pretty self-explanatory, but I will go through and break down everything as much as I can. Just know that the midterm, it's worth 200 points. It's 20% of your final grade. It's administered week 8. You're going to have 8 questions I'm going to ask you, and all you have to do is you pick of those 8 questions, 4 of them you have to choose. And they're going to range from anything from week 1 to week 8. You just go through and pick the ones that you feel most comfortable answering. The responses for the midterm are going to be 1 paragraph to 2 paragraphs long. Just the insider tip, I feel that the more you're right, the more I have to work with. So keep that in mind. Brevity is not something you want for a written essay exam or midterm. So get as much as you can down on paper. And then we also have the final exam, which will be the last week of school. It's also 20% of your final grade, as well as it's 200 points. And it's very similar. You'll see the same format. It's going to be 4 questions are going to be asked, and all you have to do is answer 2 of those questions, the 2 that you feel the most comfortable answering. And of those, they're going to be a little longer. It's be 4 to 5 paragraphs long. So a lot more in depth, a lot more is expected of you there. So just be aware of that as you go on. Let's kind of just talk about some advice and circle back to some of the concepts of the final and the midterm. Make sure you understand the assignment. Go through and you read the question, make sure that you're good to go with that one. If it doesn't make sense, then probably don't answer it. I will the week before. I don't have a study guide. I don't hand that out to you. But what I will do is give you sort of inklings of what the questions will be about. So basic concepts. So if I was going to ask a question about, Dwight D. Eisenhower's involvement in World War II, I would probably give you a wink, wink. Make sure you read about Dwight D. Eisenhower in World War II. Maybe not that subtle, but you get the point. The week before you'll have an inkling of what we're expected for you to know. So also, consider the significance of the material. I'll just read it to you here. It is not enough to summarize the content of a document or book you've read. Your essay must consider the significance of the issue you are examining. You should also think about the historical context of your sources, using it as a way to explore the broader historical issues underlying the assignment. So here's the little gem for you too, is it's open book. So that's important for you to understand too when you take my test is while we do have the respondents browser, you can go through your notes and use what you got. So whatever you've taken, you can use those, and you can use those sources that you have. What we don't want you doing is the question being dropped on your lap and you go to online and just cut and paste stuff. So we will catch you when you do that. So please don't. I don't want to be the bad guy here. So whatever notes you have, you can bring with you. So kind of keep those things with you. And what I mean with that though is basically I want you to make sure you understand. It's really more part 4 of this, but not the what, but the why. You're understanding. The event that happened and the reasons why it happened, or why is it important? Those are really more important when you answer the questions. And you'll see that when you actually are posed with the question. So, construct an argument in support of a thesis. So, I'm not an English major, and I don't teach English, and I barely speak English. But one thing I would give you going into this is make sure you have sort of like a thesis and everything revolved around this thesis. If I'm grading your paper, I want to know if I ask you a question, you can answer it directly and then give supporting points to it. So if I can find that, you're going to get a better grade. So keep that in mind as you go. And the ever present question, don't answer what, answer why. There's a lot of people out there that can tell me what happened, but I want to know why it happened. And if you can answer why, you're going to get a lot more points. So you can kind of look at the rubric here. It kind of will break down things for you in greater detail. So yeah, nothing really new under the sun here. That should be pretty self-explanatory to you. But either way, hopefully this answers some questions. If it doesn't, feel free to reach out to me this week or any other week and let me know what you think. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video.